What is going on, everybody? It's your pal here, Corbus. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking a look at which DMR is the best in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, this one unfortunately does not come with Twitch's 417. It's more focused on Buck's DMR, the CAMRS, and Blackbeard's DMR, the Sr-25. So today we're going to be finding out which one statistically and gameplay-wise is better. Shout out to the guy who gave me the suggestion. His channel will be linked in the description below. Anyway guys, let's get right into the gameplay and statistics. Starting with the Sr-25, which is Blackbeard's DMR. It does 75 damage. It's extremely powerful. It's the most powerful DMR. Its mobility is 38, so you're gonna have a pretty easy time with it, depending on your opinion on that. And its recoil pattern is a little more excessive, so you have to be careful with that. Anyway, its capacity is 20 plus 1 in the chamber, so let's go ahead and head straight into combat so you guys could see which one is superior. Alright, here we go. We are playing as Blackbeard currently. You can see his Sr-25 looks pretty good in-game, but that's not what we're comparing today. Now, those are my neighbors over there. I don't know what they're doing today, but I hope they don't mind me shooting out here. Anyway, let's get into the recoil pattern. As you can see, it's pretty tight and it's pretty decent. You know, you could land a good enough amount of shots on their body, but when you get to those further away combat sessions, it's gonna start to get drastically higher. But remember, this is just close quarters, so if this is your style of gameplay, is close quarters, then you're gonna do excellent with the DMR. Just watch out for shotgun users and assault rifle users as well. Now, the shield doesn't really obstruct your vision, but we're gonna go ahead and head into the house to show you a little bit more of how it performs. And hopefully you should get to see what I mean by the further you get away, the less of a useful weapon this is going to be, even though its damage motto is super high. So you can see you're only going to land 1 or 2 shots on your enemy, but considering it does 75 damage, I think that's good enough to give Blackbeard some support here. He's got a pretty nice weapon, and we should congratulate the devs on making a great player. So now let's head into the CAMRS stats and see which one you would use depending on your gameplay style. Alright, the CAMRS. Some people prefer this weapon, and I will say it's solid. I have to give it that. However, at 52 damage it does less than the Sr-25, so if you're really looking to get in those close range quarters, use the Sr-25. I'm being honest with you guys. Now the mobility is pretty much the same as the Sr-25s, not much of a difference there. Same with the capacity and the fire rate as well. So why does the CAMRS become such a good weapon? Well, look at the recoil pattern, and let's head back to house so I can show you guys why people even choose this weapon over the Sr-25. Let's go ahead and head straight back to house. Alright, what a beautiful night it is out here. So today, once again, thank you to my neighbors for letting me shoot out here. Let's go ahead and, yeah, let's give a nod to them. And let's see why people use the CAMRS. Now, if you look at this pattern, look how much more tight it gets near the end. And how much more tight it is in the beginning in the first place. You're gonna land several shots on your enemy, even at a distance. So this gives the CAMRS a superior advantage at further distances. So even when you're far away, you're still gonna get a nice amount of shots on the enemy, and hopefully you can take them out. So in those close range quarters, it's not gonna be the best, but at least it'll do you some good. And once again, I'm running with the holographic, so as far as close range quarters go, I wouldn't suggest using this weapon unless you have a really fast trigger finger, but for the most part, I would use it for longer range encounters once you get right up in their face, and you could tell you're going to land a good amount of shots on them. So now let's take a look at my personal opinion, and hopefully you guys could pick up what I think on both of them. Now, comparing these two rifles is like making your sons fight. I love both of these weapons, and I consider them my babies. They're so good, and I love them both equally, you know, like, I can't really choose one over the other. But as far as statistics go, you really can't choose one over the other unless you have a certain playstyle. So how do the abilities match up? Well, Blackbeard's shield complements his close range ability, but as soon as you get further away, it's not really gonna help you that much. And that's something you have to think about beforehand. How is this gonna benefit me? So really, if you're only going for that playstyle, great. But you're gonna come into some times where maybe you're trying to get spawn killed and you need to shoot an enemy away from a distance. He's not really gonna be that much of a help. Whereas Buck's ability doesn't really complement his long-range ability, but rather helps him when he gets up and personal. So, you know, who am I gonna give it to? Personally, I'm gonna have to give it to Buck. For one reason. His ability really does complement the other playstyle, so that, let's say, it's a 1v3 down to enemies at your long-range position, but yet now you need to get up close and personal, and down the enemies that would otherwise have an advantage on you, you can do that. So, overall, I'm gonna have to give it to Buck. So, once again, please don't get mad, but when it came down to it, I just had to give it to Buck. See, I love both DLC operators. Both are equally as good in my opinion. But when it came down to it, Buck can just be more versatile, whereas Blackbeard more favors that close-range combat. So, thanks for watching, guys. When choosing, you just have to ask yourself, what's my playstyle? If you like more long-range encounters, go ahead and choose Buck. If you like close range and you're really good at it, choose Blackbeard's Sr-25. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, go ahead and like it, that would help a lot. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
One Op 4 remaining. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.